Welcome to episode 8 of our Beis Halevi series, and we're now in unit 8 of the book. The Beis Halevi says, how can we rely on our hishtadlut, on our efforts, if we don't even know what's good for us? We don't know what's good for us. The Pele Yoetz brings a story that the Rambam describes, that they asked the pious man, what was the greatest day in your life? And he says that before we answer that question, we're not going to answer that question, but he gives an important introduction. He says, if I were to answer you physically what the greatest day in my life was the greatest day in my life when I won the lottery? Maybe not. Maybe I lost all my friends. Was the greatest day in my life the day I got married? Maybe not. Maybe it ended in a bitter divorce. What's the greatest day in my life? Rabbi Avigdor Miller used to say, if you ask John F. Kennedy, what's the greatest day of your life? Oh, I became president of the United States. They put a bullet through his head. You ask Charles Lindbergh, what was the greatest day in your life? Anybody knows history? Charles Lindbergh was the first one to fly across the Atlantic in one flight. Wonderful. But he became a celebrity, and his child was kidnapped and killed. That wasn't great. So there's so many things that we're excited about, and it's the worst thing that happened to us. You read stories about the kid that just got his new scooter and scooted out the driveway, chas v'shalom, and who knows what happened. There's all kind of stories of people that are excited by whatever they're excited by, and it ends up in disaster. So we're working and trying and putting our efforts into something. We don't know if it's good for us. People I remember, somebody that was certain shidduch, they were mentioned, and the other side was being difficult, and they didn't want to say yes, and I happened to know something about the other side. I knew some private information. And I was thinking to myself, they don't realize how lucky they are. Hashem's saving them from something. We're doing all kinds of stuff, we don't know what's good for us. We live in a world where we're totally blind to good and bad. What's a good investment? What's a bad investment? What's a good house? What's a bad house? What's a good school? Sometimes you want to go, you wish your kid gets into a certain class, and who knows who he's sitting next to, and who knows what influence that friend's going to be on him. We can't fathom what good and bad is. And therefore the Beis Halevi says, how could you get so excited? The Chazon Ish writes the same thing in the letter. He says, I'm usually not so excited about hishtadlut because it's usually unclear what is the right thing to do. What exactly is the right thing to do? So when we do a hishtadlut, we have to say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I'm doing my hishtadlut, I'm following the rules, I'm paying the tax, but I'm not going to get excited about my hishtadlut. I don't even know what is good for me. That's the ultimate David HaMelech bitachon, k'gmul alei imo. He was like a baby that's being weaned from his mother that doesn't know what's good for him and what's not good for him. Whatever my mother serves me. So especially my hishtadlut, how can I count on it when I don't know where it's bringing me? Have a wonderful day.